Hey, what's up, Doc? G'day, battlers, and today we're going to be lifting up the hood and taking a look at how you can get a bunch of these Silph Road badges on your trainer card. So, over the years, there have been a lot of badges from community days to April Fool's events. There's a whole bunch in the Silph Arena, and there's a bunch of hidden ones that you can kind of pick up along the way as well. So, we've got a lot to get through, so if you haven't already, do go ahead and subscribe because we do a whole lot of PvP content here. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, subscribe button right below. But let's get into it. Now, the first step to getting a bunch of Silph badges on your training card is to get a training card. So if you don't already have a Silph Traveller's card, you can click that video up there, and in the first couple minutes, it goes over how to build that card for yourself. So then you'll have a card, you'll be ready to go, and you'll actually get this badge automatically, just as a, hey, you've made it. Welcome to the Collecting Badges Club. You have a card. Now, the next one here is one you get if you make a nest report in your local community. Basically, a nest is where like a lot of the one Pokemon are going to spawn, like pretty regularly. Every now and then there's a nest migration and the Pokemon that spawn there a lot changes. And so the Silph Road actually has a really helpful kind of map, a real world map like Google Maps, where it's got all of the nests kind of pinned out that people have reported, and also has all of the Pokemon that are currently spawning there that people have reported as well. So if you want to kind of get on, actually I'll show you right now. So if you go to the Silph website, you'll see this Nest Atlas tab up here, and if you go to that, you'll see a local map of your area, and these points are nests that people have reported as being there. So someone's reported that there is a nest at Manatawny Park, and if you click on that, you'll see that someone has currently reported that it is a Carvana nest. So if you want to go there, grind out some Carvana, there'll be plenty of those there to do. Now this other one, no one has reported for this migration yet. So they will migrate every now and then. You can see kind of here the dates of those migrations. No one has gone here to report what was here since July of 2020. So if you were to go to this park, you can basically find out what Pokemon is currently nesting there, if any, and submit a report, how many you found in how many minutes. And yeah, that's all you need to get that badge. Don't submit a fake one, like make sure it's a real report, because other people do use these to kind of go out and hunt a specific Pokemon. So if they really want a shiny Skarmory, they might go out to a Skarmory nest, for example. But yeah, this next badge is actually one that you get if you check in another trainer for something like a community day. So we're going to get into that right away, and we'll kind of back explain this one. So we'll jump into the community day badges, and basically every community day, every month, there is one of these badges that you can pick up if you attend a local meetup. So if you attend a local meetup in non-COVID times, you would have to go up to a Discord admin, like one of the admins of your community, and they can like type in your kind of check-in code and check you in, and you'll get this badge on your trainer card. Now at the moment, because of COVID, they're only doing retro check-ins. So, maybe when your admin goes home, they can type in your trainer name and say, hey, this person was at the local meetup, and you'll get this badge on your trainer card. So just to ask your Discord admins, and yeah, when a Discord admin does kind of check in someone, that admin will get that badge on the other page, this third one here, as like, hey, you've checked in another trainer. Good on you. So yeah, those are the community day badges. Moving on to the meetup badges, which are kind of similar. Again, in non-COVID times, if you meet a content creator, like say here, Trainer Tips or Mystic7, Pokemon Master Holly, Zoe Tudots, Zionic, PvPoke, a whole bunch of content creators, basically you can pick up one of these badges if you do a Silph handshake. So you'll need the Silph app for this, and then the Silph Road app, which you can get in pretty much every app store, I'm pretty sure. I think there's an overhaul on the way, but basically you would get a check-in, you would get like a handshake code, and one of you puts in the other person's handshake code, and you will get this badge from the content creator. So again, at the moment, handshakes are offline for COVID, but when it all comes back online, you can get these. Whole bunch of content creators, this is just a handful. There are a lot out there, and if you do meet any of them that the Silph has given a badge, then yeah, you can get the handshake badge. Now we're going to start jumping into the Silph Arena badges. Again, if you are not a Silph Arena fanatic, you can kind of skip ahead to some of the later ones, because there are more, especially at the end of the video, that are like really like you can get right now, some challenges to do. So these ones you can't get at the moment, but they're going to kind of guide us on like what badges are kind of expected for this season. So straight away in the season 1 here of the Silph Arena, you can see you get this badge if you were in the top 100 in the world, top 1,000, top 10,000. This badge was if you were a regionals host, so if you helped host a regional event in that season. This was the low on Stardust badge. This is if you completed one tournament in the season. This badge is like really low on Stardust, so it's if you completed every single tournament, if you completed at least one tournament a month through that whole season 1. This one is if you attended the Silph World Championships, and this one was if you were a VIP member for that championship. And then season 2, very similar, top 100, top 1,000, top 10,000, if you completed at least one tournament, if you completed all of the tournaments. This was a Clash of the Couches badge, so basically there was an event where in the first month of COVID in April, basically there was kind of a drive to kind of keep the community spirit alive, get your community all involved, and people who did participate in a tournament that month were able to get this Clash of the Couches badge. Lots of people were playing it from home sort of deal. This one was again the regionals host, and this was a new badge that was introduced for people that won a tournament every single month. So now we're going to jump over into the Season 3 badges, and I'm going to have to move my head out of the way because there's a lot going on here. Hello, I'm over here now. But basically, these are the badges that are available from Season 3. And it says along the top here, earn these new achievements each arena PvP season, which kind of makes it sound like they're going to be available for every Silph season from here onwards. So I expect these every Silph season, I guess. So this first one, Novice, playing 10 ranked tournaments. Fair enough, makes sense. You can do 6 ranked tournaments a month. That contribute to your rank, so I guess you can just do it over 2 months, and you could, if you do 6 and then 4 or 5, whatever, or you can do it across the entire season. Does not matter, as long as you do 10 ranked tournaments, you get that badge. Then the next one is Cat Herder, staff 10 tournaments in a single season. Again, pretty straightforward, staff 10 tournaments. Hitchhiker, compete in ranked tournaments in 5 different communities, so go kind of hopping around, play against some different folks. Perfectionist, go undefeated in a 4-round tournament, and some of these do have this plus, which means there's basically additional tiers. So this one is go undefeated in a 4-round tournament. That means that if you go undefeated in a 5-round tournament, you'll get another kind of like upgrade to that badge. You'll get a tier 2 of that badge, and it goes up and up as high as it goes. Then there's the On Fire badge, win 2 ranked tournaments in a row. Hero, win a ranked tournament. Marathoner, complete all rounds of a 6-round tournament. Conqueror, win a tournament in 5 different communities. Groundskeeper, staff a tournament of every monthly cup in a single season. And now it gets interesting because down here are some hidden achievements. So these ones are ones that we don't actually know the explanation of. Some of them we have discovered so far, and we're going to quickly go over that now. So the ones in green here, we know how to get them, and the ones in red, we do not. This first one in green here is the monotype badge. Basically, you need to go into a tournament with all Pokemon that only have a single typing, so no dual typings allowed. Machamp, for example, only has the fighting typing, whereas something like Skarmory has the steel and flying typing, so only monotypes, and you have to be in the top 50% of the tournament. So you have to do kind of decently. So if it's a 4-round tournament, you generally have to get 2 wins, and you will be able to get this badge. Moving on to the next one, this is the and all I got was this stinking badge. And to get this one, you actually have to lose every single battle in a tournament. Now, it is rank manipulation if you get this one on purpose. So basically, it's just a bit of fun. It's hey, if you're new to the Silph Arena, you want to join in, and hey, maybe you're not that good. Maybe you're up against a bunch of like really strong competitors. Maybe you'll still run away with a badge to show for it. But onto this next one here is you have to win a ranked tournament using all Pokemon that have a 10k charge move. So, Venusaur, for example, costs 10,000 Stardust for second move. Something like Registeel costs 100,000, so only 10,000 dust. Onto this next one here, the Snowflake badge. This means that you have to, again, be in that top 50% of a tournament with only no repeating typings. So if you bring an Azumarill on your team of 6, it has the Water and Fairy typings. You cannot bring any other Water or Fairy types on your team of 6 to get this badge, and again, top 50%. Now, the other ones in reds, we don't know. This one could be anything. The flower one could be anything. This one, there's a current theory that it's going to be a winner ranked tournament using 100k 1000 Stardust Mons, which is only legendaries and mythicals. So I'm going to try and prove that in a little bit. I did one tournament yesterday from this video, and I didn't win. So we could not confirm it there, but maybe we'll confirm it one day. These badges over here, which I accidentally didn't have a line in the middle, I was supposed to, but this first one here, pretty classy gentleman, not sure what the deal is. And this last one here, we have a hint that it is lying with Pogo Coliseum. Earlier this year, a battler did pass away, Lucifran, and this badge is kind of like dedicated to them. So the admins of Pogo Coliseum do know what the badge entails. It's kind of like a nod to them. It's not public knowledge yet, so we don't know how to get it, but that is one that is also around in the kind of the mold of Russell Crowe. Are you not entertained? But yeah, a lot of Silph 3 badges that are still yet to be discovered. So if you want to join in an Open Great League tournament, try and figure out how to get one of these badges, or maybe you need to do it in a Silph Arena tournament. We don't know yet, so a whole lot more to discover. But yeah, let's move on to some more badges. Actually, if we do discover any more of those badges identities, I'll leave it in the pinned comment below, so do check that out as well. If there's like an absolute swarm of new badges, then we might make a new video. But yeah, generally, we're just going to leave the descriptions of the new badges in that description there. So these 4 badges along the top here, you'll pick up if you face one of the continental champions in a Silph tournament. So yeah, for example, if you want this North American badge here, you have to face Speediest Chief, who is the North American champion who went on to become the world champion of Season 2. Just an awesome guy. Like, go check him out on Twitch if you haven't already. Link will be in the description. I like Speedy, it's no secret. Love you, Speedy. Mwah. Also, if you want the European, Latin American, and Asian Pacific badges, again, you'll have to take on Memphis Flow MD, Ventuski, and Meron P32 in a Silph tournament. So you just have to run into them and kind of match up and around. So I'm going to be chasing these dudes around to tournaments to try and get these badges. And these bottom four, basically, these were Battle Tower events, so you can't get these badges currently, well, you can't get them anymore, but Battle Tower events were another one that were happening pre-COVID. There were these massive tournaments, like absolutely monstrous sized tournaments, and basically, if you participate in one of those monstrous live tournaments, then you do pick up one of these badges. There's a special badge made for each of the Battle Towers, so look forward to some more Battle Towers in the future when COVID kind of dies down. But moving on to some less Silph Arena-y badges, we have the April Fool badges. So most of these are not attainable at the moment, but some of them are. So basically, every year, the Silph team does put on kind of an April Fool's event. So back in 2017, there was this Mewtwo event. Basically, you had to battle Mewtwo, and if you were one of the people who did battle Mewtwo on the Silph page, apparently it crashed a lot. I saw like the Trainer Tips live stream. Well, I watched it back. I didn't see it live. I wasn't playing the game at that point. You did get this badge. 2018, there was a bit more stuff going on with Arceus. I don't know if you can see my cursor, so I might move around. This badge and this badge, these top two badges that I'm covering here, they are not able to, you can't get them anymore, but this unknown badge here, as of like a week ago, you could still get that badge. They might have phased that out. I'll leave a comment in the description below, or I'll like write on the screen if I hear early enough from Melgood. But for that badge, I'll leave a link to the description below. Basically, you have to kind of run around the ruins of Sinnoh. I'm not sure how you actually say it, because it's not Sinnoh like the region, it's like Sinjoh, but you run around and try and find all 28 unknowns, and if you find all 28 unknowns, you do pick up this badge. And moving on to the next row, we have the 2019 Silph April Fool's event, which was kind of a Hogwarts sort of themed event, so that you had to find the snitches around the map. So these four on the right, so this boom, 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 you can get those by going, again, I'll leave the link to the description in the description below. You basically pick your house if you want to be Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, or Ravenclaw. I'm a Slytherin if you didn't pick that up in the trainer card at the start of the video, but yeah, you can pick your house. And then the two badges on the left-hand side, you have to find Silph, you have to find the snitches that are hidden around the entire Silph map on that nest map that we looked at earlier. If you want to find the hints for where those snitches are, you can look it up on the Silph Road subreddit. There's, massive guides of like where to find them exactly, or less spoilery ones if you don't want to be spoiled, if you want to try and find all of them on their own. There are a lot, I'm going to warn you now. I don't think I found all of them. I'm not sure if I even found one. I'm not sure if they're actually available anymore. I'll leave another link, and leave another comment below if it is actually available. It's going to be all in that pinned comment. The pinned comment is going to have every update to this video that I didn't like say in this video. It's going to have new badges we discover. It's going to have like updates to badges that may not be available anymore, that like were at the time of this video. So go check that out maybe if you want to, before you do like a big investment, like you're like, all right, I'm going to find these unknowns, because, maybe the link is down and that's why. Check the pinned comment. Then in the bottom, we had the 2020 Silph Arena April Fool's event. Now, this is a bit of an odd one because it was split up into multiple sort of sections. So the badges that we do have are actually the Silph Research Group. So the Silph Research Group are kind of the group of people who find out all of the data. If you've seen like publishings from the Silph Road before, they're the ones who kind of found the shiny rates that for every single Pokemon. Basically, they've got a crack team of researchers that kind of just crunch the data, get a whole bunch of data, go into the field. They might just click on a whole bunch of Charmanders, click on 500 Charmanders, figure out how many of those were shiny, and then across all of the researchers in the world, pool all of their data and try and find out the shiny rate. So that group had a couple of kind of badges going on. Basically, it was COVID time. It was April, so it was like peak COVID. So you could go out and take photos of birds, plants, bugs, and kind of catalog them for like a new sort of research project. And if you did participate in one of those, you got one of these badges. The ornithologist, I don't know the names of the other two because I didn't get those two. I took a picture of a cockatoo for the research purposes. But yeah, there was another part about like kind of around the Silph webpage. There was a way that you can kind of click on long grass and try and find all original 150 Pokemon, plus a Peekaboo was around as well. I'm not sure like what the deal is with those badges. Basically, they were coming soon because of COVID. A lot of stuff was kind of hit, and a lot of stuff had to be put on the back burner to kind of come back to later. So I'm sure we'll get badges for that eventually. Not sure how long the long grass is going to stay on the Silph webpage, but if you do want to get in, I think it's still there at the moment. So hopping back over the Silph Road page, when you authenticate, you log in. You can click this kind of arrow here. This is all of the Pokemon that I picked up, and then there's like long grass all over here, so you can kind of click around, Pokemon will appear, you try and catch them, and I caught a Charmander, so you have to catch all 150, plus Peekaboo is hanging around as well, so yeah, catch all of those. I'm not sure how much longer that's going to be available, but that is there as of right now, so you can kind of find all those Pokemon, and eventually there will be badges of some variety. We don't know what badges they will be, but they should come eventually. And then the badge that I've got at the bottom there, that just kind of didn't fit anywhere else. That's the photo bug challenge. So basically, at the start of this year, I think it was January 2020, there was kind of a photo competition. Take some candid photos from like tournaments and kind of like action shots and stuff. So in the top 25, the people who had their photos selected for that, the 25 photos, they got the photo bug badge. So expect more competitions like that in the future. Again, maybe post-COVID, we'll see. But moving on. We have some more check-ins and miscellaneous events that you cannot get now, but they can kind of tune you to what sort of badges may be available in the future. So the first two on this page are actually a bit unique. They were kind of these charity events that happened in 2018 that I wasn't privy to before like making this video. So I think it's really cool. I might hit up the Silph team to maybe look into getting some more charity stuff going on, but we'll see on that front. The third one is actually a really interesting story about, I'll link to it in the description below again. It's basically, there was this like EX raid gym. It was like kind of underwater a bit that people did end up kind of venturing to and like doing. Kind of fun. And then there's lots of ones here for Safari Zone check-ins and Go Fests. Basically, like if you participate in Go Fest and like find one of the Silph Road staff members, again, COVID has to be like in person for those ones, then they would give you a badge. The 2020 Go Fest one at the bottom here, that was a remote check-in one because it is COVID, it was global, so maybe expect more of that in the future because I think Niantic is looking to do more kind of remote-y sort of events, especially in the current climate. And then there's other ones sprinkled around, like the Ghost one over there was part of the Dortmund Safari Zone, I think. And then there's like the Earth Day badge there. That was an Earth Day event that if you went to a local meetup and like helped pick up rubbish for Earth Day, then you got a badge for that. Then there's like ones in the bottom right of this bottom there, like down there. There was another event in kind of Latin America somewhere. Not sure what the deals were for that, but kind of just expect like if events go on, then maybe a Silph badge attached. So maybe get involved, especially if it's something like that Earth Day. Definitely for a good cause. But moving on to more badges that you can currently get, and that is these four. So these four are kind of like not so much challenge. Two of these are challenges. Two of these are like just still obtainable. Not super like accessible, but hey, so we'll go through like from left to right. The first one is the Mighty Moth challenge. So this is actually a really old one, like back in way in the day, and basically to get that badge you had to take down a Exeggutor raid solo using a single Venomoth. So, you know, now you can go up to level 50, so I'm not sure if that badge is still going to be available. I guess we'll see the next time that Exeggutor is in raids. Again, pinned comment below. But basically, yeah, a single Venomoth, you have to dodge all of like the Exeggutor's charge moves in the raid, take it down solo, and send the footage into the Silph Road email, which I'll leave in the description below as well. This is going to be a long description. There's going to be a lot of stuff down there, and the pinned comment. There's just going to be a lot of stuff down there, so, you know, there's more resources. But basically, do that, send the video in, and you can get that badge there. The second badge here is basically like, if you make a massive contribution to the Silph research team, it's like an excellence in research sort of badge. So if you're around there for many years, do a whole lot of stuff there. I don't think there's many people with this badge. It's like a, you know, cream of the crop, which is, I'm not saying that this is like super obtainable right now, but it is theoretically obtainable. Third one is a similar case. Basically, that badge is actually if you've bought some like Silph gear and there's a problem along the way, like from getting from Silph to you. I'm not even sure if they're like definitely giving that out. Like, I'm not sure how many people actually have it. There's only seeming like one person on record that has the badge, but hey, that badge is there. It is technically obtainable. Hopefully no one like has to obtain it, but it's there. The fourth one is definitely obtainable at the moment though, and is the triple bounce challenge. So I'm actually going to go over to a video now to kind of show you what that means. So basically what we see here in the Pidgey in the top right here, you have to throw the ball and it has to bounce 3 times. It doesn't have to catch them, but it has to bounce 3 times on the Pokemon. I think you can pretty much only do it with like the third one being the catching shot, but you do it like basically when they're attacking, and then you can bounce it. If you like covert ride and stuff. It's definitely hard. I have not been able to do it myself. I haven't tried too much. I'm not sure if there's like tips and tricks to try and do it. I don't know if it's like easier if you do go that like over on the left side. I think there is a deal with like certain Pokemon are easier than others. There's certain kind of shape, size, position. So, you know, kind of experiment. Obviously, you can do it with a Pidgey. There's a lot more kind of examples on YouTube of people doing it there. So you can go search for like more examples there if you want that as well. But yeah, that is the video. That is all of the Silph Road badges that I could kind of find available now. Now I have to give a massive shout out to Sherlock Conan, who without them, this video would not have been like as thorough as it was. Basically, they've been keeping track of the Silph badges that have been available since like the start of Silph. Like they've got a massive catalog. It hasn't been updated since August of this year. So, you know, there were some missing ones. Like it doesn't have any of the Silph Season 2 or Season 3 badges. It was missing some of the Go Fest stuff. It was just missing like little bits and pieces that have been in the last couple months. But they do have like the vast majority. And again, this video would not have been possible without them. So I'll link to that Reddit post in the description below. Just massive shout out to them, and I expect them to kind of come back and keep updating that post. Not too sure like what the deal is. I'm not sure. Maybe they've like left the game or something. But hey, even if that is the case, they've done a massive service to the community and they deserve mad props. So with that said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially the subscribe one. Thank you to my patrons and my supporters over on Twitch, which needs to be updated for the next video, but it will be updated because we have new patrons, new Twitch supporters, a whole lot going on. And I just really appreciate everyone, so thank you. But yeah, if you have not subscribed already, you can click that subscribe button there, or you can click over there, top or bottom. You can click the top one to see Speediest Chief, the world champ, come in and shoutcast some Nightfall Cup battles, or you can click the bottom one for some Surf-fetched battles in the Nightfall Cup. Definitely an interesting time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Good luck getting your Silph badges!